Hey everybody, Coach Allison back with week 12, Defy Aging. All right, this week we have two different types of circuits. The first one is going to be a short superset. You're going to complete that in your own space for 3 rounds of 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. A superset really just refers to 2 exercises back to back. So yeah, you'll complete that in your own space. After that is done, the whole session, all of you will get together and do our more standard circuit style where you will rotate around. There are going to be 5 stations. You'll rotate around that for 3 rounds of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Okay, let's go through all of our exercises for the week. Okay, everybody, our first exercise for the first circuit, our little superset circuit, squat, curl, press. This is a great exercise because you're getting 3 exercises in one. So we're going to get a squat, a bicep curl, and an overhead press. So I've got weight in each hand. Get your stance ready for a standard squat, so feet are hip width apart. Okay, I'm going to sink those hips down and back, letting the weights just draw right down the sides of my legs. Come up. Once you're at the top of the squat, we're going to do a bicep curl, and once you're at the top of the curl, we're going to do an overhead press. Notice how I'm rotating those palms forward as I do the overhead press. And you kind of release those arms the same way that they went up. So watch everything kind of in sequence here. Squat, curl, press. Don't overthink it and rush through it too quick. So make sure you're not kind of curling as you come up and just kind of doing it all in one movement. So break it apart. Squat first, curl, press. When you're doing your squat, make sure you're not leaning too far forward. So you want to keep the chest up. Okay. Squat, curl, press. All right. That is our first one. The second exercise for circuit 1, it's that in your own space one. Front kick. So you're going to put your weights aside. It's going to be cardio, a lot of balance, some agility. It's really fun. You're going to do alternating front kicks. We did this maybe a month ago or so. Front kicks are challenging. They use a lot of core strength. Okay. So breaking apart a front kick, there's a little more to it than, oops. I'm not even gonna stop the camera, I'm just gonna keep rolling. My phone fell out of the holder. Bloopers are fun, right? Okay. Front kicks, there's a little more to it than you might think. So we lift up the knee first. I'm doing this obviously in slow motion. Extend the leg, bring the leg back and down. So I'll go a little bit faster and then a little faster still. So we do that alternating. I want to make sure you're not leaning back, so we don't want to compensate by leaning back. I like to kind of bring my hands up into like sort of a boxing position. That's just my comfort zone. Kind of really do whatever you want with your hands, but take it at a comfort level, take it at a speed you're comfortable with. Core is tight. And if you feel unsteady, you can bring your hand, you can go next to a wall or a rack to sort of put your hand on for balance. We want to work towards moving away from that if and when you are ready. But that's our alternating front kick. Moving into circuit B. Now this is where we're rotating around. Station 1, an upright band back row. So we have our band tied onto the rack. Step back until it's nice and snug, nice and tight. Arms are straight. Can't see me from the side, but if you were to see me from the side, you see I have a soft bend in my knees. Okay, we're not locking the legs straight. Keep the shoulders down. Don't allow those shoulders to shrug. Pull back. Popping out the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Pause for just a second when those arms are back. So you're really getting that squeeze. I'm going to drop those so you can see them from the side. Elbows in snug. You can see how I'm popping up the chest, allowing those shoulder blades to squeeze together behind me. That's the back row. High plank hand touch. High plank means you're up on your hands as opposed to your forearms. Okay, so I'm going to get in that high plank position. You can choose toes or of course knees if you're doing the knee version. Make sure you have kind of a diagonal line here and your hips aren't up like that. I like to put my feet wide for this. Okay, and you're touching the other hand. Trying to avoid stay as still in the hips as possible. So what I mean by that is trying to avoid like too much rocking and rolling in the hips there. So trying to keep those hips relatively still. Also trying to avoid the hips coming way up like this. So keep those hips down. That's where you might want to put those knees down and start there. Progress to to the toes when you feel ready. You can also take this one up to a bench, place your hands on a bench to add some incline. Next station, single arm racked high knees. Your coach will go over with you. We don't do this a ton, so they'll go over with you a little more in depth, the racked kettlebell position here. In essence, you want the handle, corner of the handle kind of in the spot between your pointer finger and your thumb, resting kind of comfortably at a downward angle along your forearm, elbow angled down and out. And that's the rack position for a kettlebell. And we hold it there. You'll already feel some core usage here, stability, shoulder and chest. And we're going to do a controlled high knee. Feel free to hold on to a rack or something. Try to use a fingertip, something for a little support, but not 100% support. Controlled high knee halfway through the set. You will switch sides. Okay. And that is our racked high knee. This one's going to be fun. Seesaw hip thrust chest press. So this is a lot of coordination. Are you ready, boy? Okay, standard chest press is this, right? Standard hip thrust is this. You're each one on their own. Seesaw pattern means one side is going up while the other side is going down. So I'm going to start with my hips up, but my arms are down. As my hips forward, arms are going to raise, and vice versa. Okay, so seesaw pattern, one side goes up, one side goes down, or not necessarily the side, but one movement goes up, the other movement goes down. Not going on. You put these weights down like this, that's shoulder safety. Now, alternative to keep anyone off the floor if needed. We're getting a little creative with this. What did I do? Oh yes. Squat with a band chest press. Go. This is our typical banded chest press. Okay. What we're gonna do here is do one squat and one press. One squat, one press. So we're not doing anything with the seesaw pattern. We are doing the alternating pattern. Okay, so that's the alternative for that one. Palloff press. No, I don't know why it's called that. I get that question a lot. Assuming it's the person who designed this exercise. Okay, we have a band hooked up to the rack. It's going to be on the side of you. I have my hands overlapping on the handle. Okay? And keeping my shoulders square like this, so I'm not allowing any sort of form like this, weirdness to happen. I'm not standing weird, I'm standing perfectly straight. Okay? I'm going to press forward, release back. Now, I should maybe have the camera in front of me. When you press forward, the resistance is pulling you to the side. So what my body wanted to do there is kind of do this. So that's what you're trying to resist that urge. You're going to feel a lot of these muscles kick in, those side muscles, the side of your hip, all on the side of where the band's tied to. So your goal is to keep all of that locked in and secure and avoid any sort of shrugging or unevenness on that side. Halfway through, so I was on this side, halfway through the set, turn around and go the other way. That's our Palloff press. And that is week 12, Defy Aging. Hope you enjoy it.